against being stabbed, raped, harassed, assaulted, mugged? How? What have I got to protect me? Because I don't have the government. I don't have the police. No, they're patrolling the internet, not our streets, because of woke.
This video unleashes a raw, unfiltered reaction to the situation unfolding in London, and it refuses to soften the message. A speaker sharply challenges what Britain is turning into, pointing to rising tensions around immigration, public safety, and the sense that everyday stability is slipping away. The tone escalates quickly, and the moment hits harder when Alex Phillips steps in, delivering a direct and unapologetic critique aimed squarely at those in power. What starts as frustration begins to sound like a broader alarm, raising the question of whether this is just emotional backlash or a signal of deeper unrest building across the UK. Stay with this breakdown, because the next part shifts the conversation in a way few people expect.
What are we? Why don't we just put a big red carpet on the White Cliffs of Dover and say, do you know what? If you're not from Britain, come, and the last few people here who are working, who are breaking their backs to try and save what is left of this country, will just give it all to you, regardless of who they are. Come on, help yourself at the buffet of Britain. And meanwhile, everybody else who's fed up with that, the younger generation, 2/3 of those who have left between 18 and 35, they've just gone, well, it's not for me. It's very clear the people in power don't like me. They don't see my future. They're not prioritising me. They're not putting me in the front of the queue. They're not honouring the fact that I was born and bred here, that my parents, my grandparents, their parents and grandparents helped build this great nation. What is there? This is not a country. This is a blimmin' farce. I'm off. And you know, I can't blame them, because I feel a sort of strange existential depression over all of this. In some moments I'm thinking, do you know what? Maybe I should zip off to Poland or Hungary or somewhere where I can still smell the reality of Christendom, because I don't even know what's going on anymore.
The video opens with a charged, emotional monologue questioning whether Britain has lost control of its borders and even its sense of identity. The speaker paints a vivid picture, arguing that the country feels like it's being handed away while hardworking citizens are pushed to the sidelines. What hits hardest is the focus on younger people, with claims that many are choosing to leave because they no longer see opportunity or priority at home. That feeling of being overlooked builds a heavy, uneasy tone, as if confidence in the future is quietly fading. And this is only the opening moment, because the intensity rises when the speaker shifts from emotion to specific, everyday examples of how life has changed, setting the stage for a deeper and more unsettling argument.
New fragrance, and it's a big sort of, you know, jazzy, colourful cardboard stand, and where the free samples are supposed to be, you know, where the sort of option is to have a little sniff at what the fragrance smells like, they're not there, because clearly some toe-rad and ne'er-do-well would just come in, nick it and make off again. No, all the perfumes have to be behind lock and key and heavily guarded by a man in a uniform. Then you go down the road to Co-op, and now they've actually managed to open both doors to Co-op, right? Woohoo, well done. You can have an entrance and egress. But what they've done instead is they've actually put all their meat in these locked, hard plastic boxes with GPS trackers. Lamb chops in a little Fort Knox style container with a GPS tracker on it. I mean, are you kidding me? Is this what it is now? Is this what London looks like? Well, I'll tell you what, when you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get a taxi to work and there's not a single other person on the street, it's actually quite a lovely city. You roll down through the river, sun coming up, the streets are quiet, you don't have those sort of you know, ne'er-do-wells roasting chestnuts on Westminster Bridge. They're not there yet, all those illegal traders. The pickpockets, they're still in bed or counting out their loot. The phone snatchers, well, they're too lazy to get up at 4 a.m, plus there's no one to snatch a phone off. And all the perverts who follow you down the street, well, they're yet to get up as well. So for the first time in a long time, I actually looked at the city and felt safe. Because there was...
Now the argument pivots from opinion to what the speaker claims are real, on-the-ground changes in everyday life. They describe stores locking up merchandise, controlled entry doors, and even routine items like fragrances and packaged meat being secured, all framed as signs of rising theft and a city under pressure. The contrast between past and present in London heightens the drama, once relaxed and welcoming, now portrayed as tense and unpredictable. Yet there's an unexpected pause in the narrative, a quiet early morning calm when the streets are nearly empty and everything feels temporarily normal. That contrast fuels a sharper question. Is the city only peaceful when activity disappears? Just as that thought settles in, the tension ramps up again, because the next segment introduces a major voice that pushes the debate into far more explosive territory.
It is the government's fault, isn't it? It is the government's fault, all of this, and I'm going to explain why. They took away stop and search because of woke. They actually stopped policing the dealing and possession of psychosis-inducing drugs within certain communities because of woke. They leave our borders wide open, enabling foreign cartels to run organised crime leading to violence on our streets, from snatchings to muggings to stabbings because of woke. They've imported in tens of thousands of misogynistic men who want to assault, abuse, leer at, harass, even rape our women and girls because of woke. And they carry knives. Some of them carry guns. Some of them know how to make bombs. They wear balaclavas. They go about with impunity because they know that they're going to get short sentences because of woke. And what about us? How do I protect myself? If the government can't protect me, what have I got? It's not a level playing field. I can't even carry pepper spray. What am I supposed to do? A sitting duck now on a train. Previously, a sitting duck walking through the streets of London, sitting on a tube carriage, having alfresco dining with my phone, not secreted in my handbag, whose strap has to be tied around the legs of my chair. What am I supposed to do? How am I, a 5'3" woman, supposed to protect myself?
Then Alex Phillips enters the conversation and sharply redirects the focus toward government decisions, arguing that policy choices have helped create the current climate. She points to reduced policing authority, border management concerns, and what she describes as inconsistent enforcement, claiming these factors have opened the door for rising disorder and public unease. The remarks are bold and contentious, directly tying safety worries and community tension to political leadership. She emphasizes that many ordinary citizens feel exposed and unheard, suggesting the system no longer prioritizes their protection. In that moment, the video shifts from an emotional complaint into a full-scale political charge, raising the stakes dramatically. Yet the intensity keeps building, because the final segment moves beyond policy and into something more personal, where the fear being described becomes harder to dismiss and the tone turns unmistakably serious.
It's being stabbed, raped, harassed, assaulted, mugged. How? What have I got to protect me? Because I don't have the government. I don't have the police. No, they're patrolling the internet, not our streets, because of woke. It's very clear what is going on here. You go to other countries where they have real law and order, proper punishments, proper policing, proper border forces, where they don't buy into this ridiculous, perilous, suicidal ideology of woke. Because woke is killing us. It's killing us. What are we supposed to do? I think it's about time we should legalise pepper spray, at least for women. And don't you start going, well, you know, the people who want to commit assaults will start using pepper spray. They're using knives anyway. They're doing everything they can anyway. I got no chance. No chance if someone wants to come and assault me, snatch my bag, attack me, rape me, harass me. Nothing. If I phone the police, they probably won't even turn up. What am I supposed to do? Hide away at home, lock myself in, not get on a train, not come to London? Is that the life I'm supposed to live in my own country, where I have paid the highest rate of tax for a good part of 20 years? Is that what I deserve in England in 2025? To live in fear day by day because these human rights lawyers running the country care more about a ridiculous, baseless, nonsensical doctrine of political correctness that has imperiled all of us. I've had enough, Sadiq Khan. I've had enough, Sir Keir Starmer. I will defend myself. I will find a way, but it's your job You are negligent, and frankly, it is bordering on criminal negligence now when the citizens of your country cannot live in peace and harmony, where their hairs stand up on the back of their necks, where their heart rate increases every time a train pulls in to the next station. What have you done? What have you done to this country? Who have you let in? What have you enabled to breed uncontrollably, riddling our streets with crime and terror? You're both.
In the final section, the tone turns deeply personal and emotionally charged, shifting the focus to fear and everyday vulnerability, particularly for women, as the speaker questions how anyone is expected to stay safe without reliable protection or consistent support from authorities. A strong sense of helplessness emerges, with claims that even reaching out for help may not bring reassurance, amplifying the feeling that ordinary people are left to navigate uncertainty on their own. The argument then escalates into a firm conclusion that leadership has fallen short and the situation is drifting into unacceptable territory. It closes with a pointed accusation, framing the issue as neglect and demanding accountability for what the country is perceived to have become. This isn't framed as mild criticism, but as a surge of anger, concern, and frustration centered on safety, governance, and national direction. So what's your take? Is this a reflection of reality or an overstatement? Share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more direct, no-filter breakdowns.